say we are ready to roll.
Extraordinary moments.
We welcome you back to the NBA on NBC. Come on! A lot of stars for you on Sunday Night Football.
Simple as that. All night, no matter what happens, stick together as dominate.
I love it. It's a game of football. It's the NFL. You got to play your best when it's needed.
The Chiefs are out of the playoff picture for the first time since 2014.
Drew Pearson's going for it. He catches the ball. Incredible.
Rivers came off the couch and came out here throwing down.
Allen with a laser. Cook with a trifecta of touchdowns. And the Bills are back in front.
They kicked your tail the second half, man. They really have.
How about a Week 15 nightcap in Jerry World? We got the Vikings and Cowboys, and right now Dallas's playoff hopes hanging on by a string. Dak Prescott showing off some really nice threads. I like his shades and everything right now. Going against J.J. McCarthy and the Vikings. They were eliminated from postseason contention earlier, but he still got some fans, and he didn't have a turnover last game, so we'll see what he has for us in Dallas. All right, 5 games still live right now in the late window. Let's start in L.A., where defense is optional.
Yeah, defense is definitely optional. The third quarter started, though, and the Rams started to play defense, and their offense has kept going. Colby Parkinson, touchdown there. They're up 34-24, and Devontae Adams came up lame. He was dealing with a hamstring injury going into the game.
Another injury we're keeping our eye on, the Broncos playing the Packers, but Micah Parsons leaving the game right now, questionable to return. It was a non-contact left knee injury. What does that mean for the Pack, Devin?
They're going to have to try to find a way. This guy's been incredible, probably their best defensive player, and they got to keep playing. But right here, the Denver, they were in control, but Denver finds Troy Franklin, Bo Nix, Franklin in the end zone. Denver goes up, but Green Bay is driving right now to try to take the lead.
Meanwhile, the 49ers, they've been up this entire game, Jason.
Yeah, and a lot of reasons because of Brock Purdy. This guy has been on fire. 3 touchdown passes today, this time to Juwan Jennings. They're trying to keep pace with those Rams.
Up 31-17 as we speak, and the Panthers trying to keep pace right now in the NFC South against the Saints.
Yep, we've seen Bryce Young making a lot of plays, but this Saints team does not die. And you can see Tyler Shuck here, Chris Olave, touchdown. This just happened, 17-16. We'll see if they make the extra point. It's a big one for the Panthers.
Olave still dancing. And how about the story of the week? Phillip Rivers, 44 years young, signed with the Colts on Wednesday, and right now doing a little something on offense.
Phillip Rivers showing everybody, don't do what they say you can't do. Don't dominate Phillip Rivers. They out there fighting against the Seattle defense.
I love, too. He's talking a little bit of smack, too.
And nobody talks smack to Phillip Rivers. He never swears, but he's the greatest smack talker there is. Those guys are half his age chasing him.
All right, you already just saw the change right here. We're all tied up right now in New Orleans, and we're going to keep you up to date on all 5 of these games. Maria Taylor, Devin McCourty, Jason Garrett. And guess what? Today, the Chiefs were eliminated from playoff contention, and it happened before Christmas. For the first time in 10 years, we will not see Kansas City in the postseason. Walk me through a little bit of what happened, the downfall of the Chiefs this season.
Yeah, just their star players were always the best in the league, right? We talked about Patrick Mahomes, best quarterback, Kelsey, best tight end, Chris Jones, best defensive tackle in the NFL. They weren't that this year, and sometimes it's that simple. It doesn't mean these guys' careers are over, but they're not as dominant as they once was, and this team was built on those star players, and they just didn't get it done this year.
No doubt. The NFL is about the fourth quarter. The NFL is about winning one-score games. Over the last decade, nobody has done that better than the Kansas City Chiefs, and those 3 guys have been a big part of that. This year, they're 1-7 in those games. So you want to know the reason why they're watching the playoffs? They haven't been big in the big moments. It happened again today.
Yeah, and we saw Patrick Mahomes injured during the fourth quarter. Andy Reid saying that it did not look good. He still has to have an MRI, and we'll give you any updates that we get as the show continues. As you can see, he ended up walking out to the locker room, not able to finish this game. Meanwhile, we also saw a very good game in Foxborough. The Bills down by as many as 21-0 in this game, Jason, but found a way to battle back. How did they do it?
Yeah, the game was in New England. You're down 21 in the first half. What a response by the Bills. And typically you say, hey, it's Josh Allen. he just took over the game. Josh played really well, but it was the whole team. They ran the ball right at the Patriots defense. They controlled the line of scrimmage. They scored on 5 consecutive drives in the middle part of this ball game to go ahead. The biggest part, they kept Drake May on the sidelines. New England ran 16 plays in the second half, an unbelievable comeback by the Bills.
That was the key. New England has been built on being a team wins. They play good on offense, defense, and special teams. They didn't do that today. Defensively, not being able to stop the run and get off the field. And then when the offense got on the field, one explosive play by Henderson in the second half. And then other than that, nothing. An interception and a lot of 3 and outs.
Very energetic. First half for Devin, a little bit quieter.
Really
you guys love this. Why do you love this so much?
I know, we do. All right, the Patriots, listen, they had won an NFL record 133 straight home games when leading by 17 points or more. That is until today. Meanwhile, elsewhere in the AFC, Baltimore shut out the Bengals to move a half game behind Pittsburgh, and their quarterback Lamar Jackson having a headliner day, Chris.
That's right, Action Jackson. It's all about the quarterbacks, okay? Devin McCourty just learned that. It'll take you places in life. But look at this little RPO action. Lamar Jackson, slick sidearm throw. A lot of big throws. Didn't throw it a lot, 8 for 12 for the day, but when he did, you saw results. Big touchdown there to Zay Flowers. He ran the ball well. The most complete game we've seen the Ravens play in quite some time. Trevor better. I've never seen Trevor Lawrence play the way he's playing the last few weeks. He is what I call surgical in the pocket right now, making all the right decisions, all the right throws, and then you see there a little freelancing, scrambling, and look at him. He's like Jordan meme, like, I don't know, I'm just on fire right now. And then one into Williams, the big talk about Caleb Williams and the Bears. Can the pass game pick it up? Can he make plays in the pocket? He made a lot of throws in the pocket today. He was pretty automatic in that department, and then we're used to seeing him do this right here. He's incredible once he gets out of the side of the pocket. I don't know if that was good or lucky, but it was a touchdown. And man, we got some good young quarterbacks right now in the NFL.
Guys, I want to update you on what's going on in Seattle. I actually don't know if you've seen it, so you guys can all watch it together. A big play to JSN is going to set up the field goal for the Seahawks here.
Play action pass, Darnold up in the pocket. Finds JSN, gets him down there. It's been an ugly football game. The Colts have played it right with Phillip Rivers.
Phillip Rivers is going to get one more chance, though.
Yes, he's on the field as we speak. We'll see if he could lead the comeback after not playing in a game in 1,800 days. All right, let's go out to Jerry Wolf, Jack, Tony, and Rodney outside AT&T Stadium. Good evening, guys.
Good evening to you, Maria. Let's just talk about the Cowboys and their season. The beginning of the season was headlined by that Micah Parsons trade. But here they are, week 15, with a fighting chance. So how have they been able to stay in the mix, Rod?
A big part of it has been Dak Prescott and his leadership. The players told me that he's been phenomenal, but also the impact that he's had on these young players. You talk about the tight end Ferguson, Ryan Flournoy, George Pickens. He's been terrific, Coach.
Yeah, Dak's been a sensational leader, and you also have to credit Coach Brian Schottenheimer. I was down here talking to him before the first game of the year. He talked about creating a culture. He's gotten these new guys and gotten them together. That locker room is very, very tight right now.
Kenny Clark comes in. Quinnen Williams comes in. What do you make of the defense as it sits, Rod?
I love those interior guys. They need more pieces, and they need to add more pieces to it, Coach.
They do. Matt Eberflus, the defensive coordinator, he's got a system. He doesn't have all the tools yet, but they're putting it together. They're playing better, and I think they're going to play very, very well tonight.
Well, these Dallas Cowboys, they need to win out, and of all things, they need some help from the Philadelphia Vikings Cowboys on Sunday Night Football.
All right, 5 games still live right now from the 4 p.m. window. A tie ball game, 2 one-point games. Chris, what's the latest on these ball games?
The latest is Phillip Rivers about to make some magic happen, okay? We'll see if they can finish here. But here, a little back shoulder throw. You're going to see to Alec Pierce right here up at the top of the screen. Hasn't thrown many balls down the field. That's about as far as it's gone all day. And then we got our man here, 60-yard field goal.
Late groupie.
Exactly, 60 yards through it. Bam, they're up 16-15. Seattle's got the ball as we sit here. Now, Denver up by 1, got a 4th down here, and you see Cortland Sutton, a little inside slot fade, boom, on the money. Bo Nix has an incredible game. They are setting up right now to kick a field goal. And then we got the Rams. The Rams are pulling away from the Detroit Lions as we speak right now. The Rams offense can't be stopped in the second half. Colby Parkinson in the flat, second touchdown of the game. Boom, 41-24 right now, and they're rolling.
Yep, right now the Rams still up big, and also the Jacksonville Jaguars, they are leading the AFC South, and they are hosting the Jets. Let's see how Trevor Lawrence and the gang do riding a 4-game win streak.
Trevor Lawrence just in complete control all day. Looks left, looks right. He just made the right play, and today he was a playmaker. That was unbelievable. To do all that and still run it in, good athlete right
By the way, the Jags had 31 points in the first half, and then the undrafted rookie out of Mizzou starting, that's Brady Cook, and he's intercepted.
Oh, they say DBs can't catch. Brown, show them what a true catch is like. You can keep your hands wide like that. Just bring them in at the right time. Beautiful play right there, Jacksonville defense.
1 of 3 interceptions today for Cook. And then Lawrence again giving it to Travis Etienne.
Yeah, the Jaguars on fire, playing good football. That's how you want to be playing this time of the year.
Trevor playing some of his best football. Career-high 5 touchdown passes, added a touchdown run, and it was his 3rd straight game without a turnover, something he had never done in his 5-year career. Cardinals taking on the Texans. D'Amico Ryan, C.J. Stroud. Texans looking for their 6th straight win. We usually talk Texans. D, I would like to start with the offense.
Yeah, best defense in the NFL. Didn't need him today. Offense started fast. Second play of the game. C.J. Stroud finding Nico Collins 57-yard touchdown.
Yeah, quick to strike. And then in the fourth quarter, Stroud looking for Collins yet again.
Yeah, just come right back to him. C.J. threw 3 touchdowns today. The most complete game the Texans have had. Awfully good on offense. Defense solid as always.
So Houston, they pull it off. That's their 6th straight win. Meanwhile, the Ravens taking on the Bengals. Remember, Joe Burrow said, if I want to keep doing this, I have to have fun. I don't know how much fun it is to play in 9-degree weather, but the Bengals fans are there, the Ravens are there, and Lamar Jackson looking maybe as healthy as he has since his injury.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson, this is the best he's looked. Running, throwing, a lot of balls just on the money. Burrow wasn't having that much fun today, Maria.
No, not at all. Burrow is actually picked off here. I'm going to let you just run through the play for the defense.
Yeah, right here, this is unbelievable. Lamar Jackson, Zay Flowers back in the end zone. Oh, that was pretty.
Okay, now,
this is what
I'm talking about. Joe Burrow being picked off right here.
Joe Burrow throws the ball, intercepted by an old guy, Kyle Van Noy, for him. What did he tell you about this?
He told me he saw somebody behind him who was smaller, and he assumed he was faster, so he handed it to him. He said he wants his Madden awareness rating increased to 99 for doing that.
Alohi Gilman will take that anytime he wants to. Meanwhile, Joe Burrow being very candid again after this loss.
There's no team in the NFL that would have won the game today if I was a quarterback.
All right, Joe Burrow has been very candid a couple of times here, but I'm not happy with his performance. He shut out for the first time in his career, Jason.
That's what I love about the guy. Always accountable after the ball game. His expectation for his team, but more importantly for himself, is really high. He didn't play well. Baltimore was awfully good. Their best game of the season.
Yeah, frustrating. It's tough to watch Joe Burrow talk like that, so hopefully they could get something going that leads into next season.
From frustration to elation, John Harbaugh said it was Baltimore's best game of the season, and they also controlled their path to the AFC North title at this point. And moments ago, guys, the Chiefs confirming that Patrick Mahomes has suffered a torn ACL in his left knee. So quick recovery hoped for Patrick Mahomes. We hated to see it, but we will get you an update on that game that knocked them out of playoff contention. An update now on the Denver Broncos, though.
Denver Broncos right here, rolling, trying to get in. Harvey leaning into the end zone. Big 4th down conversion. Then that touchdown. Denver making it happen at home.
Chris, what's the latest in Seattle?
Well, Seattle is taking the lead. They're up 18-16 here. You see 56-yard attempt. Boom. And not a lot of time left here for Phillip Rivers to make magic.
1-point game right now in Seattle. All the highlights coming up soon. Do the laundry, boys.
This is Football Night in America.
That's all we got. That's all we need.
Earn your Sunday with Lowe's.
I earned my Sunday. Did you?
Yes, no, you blow, you know you go. I flow,
My football superpower is stretching, like Mr. Fantastic.
My football superpower is my ability to catch and run.
He caught it. Got the Jets going.
A superpower I would take from an NFL legend would definitely be Randy's ability to track the ball down the field.
Luke Kuechly and his ability to mastermind the game.
I would want to be like Flash, being able to run at the speed of light.
The superpower I would take from any superhero is probably Superman. He can do everything.
Well, one superpower they all do share, attacking 25-plus yards down the field, 3 of the best in action tonight. But George Pickens, heavily criticized for the lack of effort last week in Detroit. Rod, it's been the most productive year of his career. It's the final year of his rookie contract. Funny how that works. If you're Jerry Jones, are you willing to sign him to a long-term contract extension?
Absolutely not. If I'm Jerry Jones, I'm not signing him to a long-term contract. I'm taking those resources, coach, and investing in my defense, in particular in my secondary. The first move I'm making this offseason is I'm trading Trayvon Diggs, and I have to upgrade my 2 safeties. I got to get younger and more athletic, coach.
Well, I think the opposite. Jerry Jones has built this team around Dak Prescott and the offense. We saw those numbers. George Pickens is an outstanding talent. Yes, he's a little bit immature, but I talked to some Cowboys coaches. They said everything was totally overblown in their opinion. He is loved in that locker room. Dak Prescott loves him. I think they're going to re-sign him.
Coach, if you sign Pickens, you might as well kept Micah Parsons, because he's going to want top of the market money. And I think you have to take those resources and invest them on the defensive side of the ball, especially in the division that they play in.
Well, I can tell you what Jerry Jones is thinking. George Pickens scores touchdowns.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this, they're going to be the Bengals 2.0 with no defense.
Well, you've seen that. Maybe a compromise with the franchise tag. That'd be just under $30 million. You get him for 1 more year where he's got to prove it again. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be very happy with a 1-year contract, but something I would think about. But long-term, absolutely not. Defense.
We'll see how it all plays out. And Dak Prescott's already mentioned that this should be a priority going into the offseason. Maria Taylor.
All right, thanks, Jack. Speaking of defense, we got some defense closing out a game, this one in Seattle.
It's really remarkable what Phillip Rivers did. The Colts, they played tough. They hung in there. But you'll see here, Kobe Bryant, ball over the middle, too high. Kobe Bryant gets the interception. Seattle wins.
And another interception, the second for Jordan Love in this game against the Broncos.
Yeah, Jordan Love looking for Wicks. A little bit behind him, and who's on the spot? Riley Moss. Good interception by Denver right after scoring that touchdown.
All right, and an update to the Lions taking on the Rams and still looking to battle back in this one, guys.
Yeah, Detroit's defense can't stop the Rams, but their offense is not going away. This is Montgomery making it a 1-score game.
All right, Dallas still getting ready. December is rolling on. They still have playoff hopes. And this week, the Cowboys were actually spreading a little bit of holiday cheer as they visited hospitals around Dallas.
This is very important. One of my favorite moments that we get to be in the community. Just able to put some smiles on some faces, cheer up some patients, their family.
Cases in here. What's up, Case? What's up? Give me a hug. There we go.
Just provide a little bit of hope during this holiday season.
I know how blessed I am to be in this position that I am playing for the Cowboys. Just trying to spread as much joy and cheer and do whatever I can to brighten their day, make them smile.
I have a platform where I can affect someone's life in such a positive way, and I want to do that anytime I can.
Football Night in America is brought to you by Lowe's. Tackle your to-do list early to earn your Sunday. And by Progressive, supporting every step of the way. Progressive.com.
Okay. Not only Tony and Jason Devin, you're a Cowboys fan?
Yeah, let's go.
And look at Florio. Is that his first varsity jacket?
What's up with that haircut?
That's so good.
Thank you.
Oh, it's more than impressive. All right. Well, now, Florio, you can cheer on J.J. McCarthy. He had a career-high 3 touchdown passes last week against Washington. And Tony caught up with his head coach, Kevin O'Connell, just a little while ago.
Justin Jefferson's been a little bit quiet as the play caller. Do you dial some things up to get him as the first read tonight?
Yeah, he's our best player. We're always trying to get him going. We got to do our best to try to get him open in a way where JJ can find him and play pitch and catch with him.
And speaking of JJ, what do you want to see from him tonight and the rest of December?
Just has to do his job, throw completions, take what the defense gives him, and just stack as many positive plays as he can on, one after another. And good things are going to happen for our team. And, I'm really looking forward to seeing him on the road. At this point in the season, he's had some experience. He's grown, and excited to see him play tonight.
Thanks to Coach and Kevin. Time for tonight's DraftKings Sportsbook 3-play. Matthew Berry, who you rolling with?
Maria, listen, I don't care who his quarterback is. Justin Jefferson is too talented to keep struggling like this. And tonight is when he gets back on track because no secondary gives up more yards to wide receivers than the Dallas Cowboys. Give me 50 yards for Justin Jefferson tonight. On the Dallas side, I like Javonte Williams to score a touchdown. We know he gets a ton of work near the goal line. And the Vikings have allowed a running back score in 6 of their last 7 games. And finally, for the, wait for it, kicker of this parlay, let's go Brandon Aubrey to make 2 field goals tonight. Teams facing Minnesota attempt the most field goals, and we know Aubrey can kick it from anywhere. And that's my DraftKings 3 play, Maria.
All right, appreciate it, Matthew. All right, we had an 8-point game in Denver. Facing 4th and 10 were the Packers. Let's show you exactly what happened in this one, Chris.
Yeah, 4th and 10, Jordan Love dropping back. Of course, this is a lot of yards to make in this situation against this defense. And guess what happens? Sack, Denver Broncos. Nobody sacks the quarterback better than this defense right now. Looks like they're gonna win this one. There's only one timeout with Green Bay.
Yeah, the defense coming up big. Meanwhile, the Panthers with an opportunity because we saw the Bucs lose, but let's get into it, Jason.
Yeah, huge play at the end of the ball game here. Lathan Ransom hits Tyler Shuck late, giving the Saints an opportunity to kick the game winner.
Yeah, that unnecessary roughness call sets up the 47-yarder here, and Charlie Smith knocks it through. The Saints get the victory, so with the chance to win the NFC South, now the Panthers and the Bucs both lose in the same week. All right, the Raiders taking on the Eagles, and right now, the Eagles looking to snap a 3-game losing streak. And how about this? Brandon Graham, welcome back after retiring, coming out of retirement in October.
Brandon Graham said, hey, Phillip Rivers, I gave you the blueprint. I've been doing this for weeks. The Eagles getting off the snide after a 3-game losing streak, like you said.
Jalen Hurts getting off the snide as well.
Dallas Goedert walks into the end zone. After this play, Max Crosby was like, where's everybody at? Easy touchdown for Philly.
Hurts again looking deep for A.J. Brown.
A.J. Brown, the middle's wide open. Why not find your guy? Eagles responded after a tough game last week. That's what they needed.
Yeah, and Jalen Hurts, his 2nd highest passer rating of his career. All right, Dak Prescott. The Cowboys trailing the Eagles by 2 games in the NFC East, but Philly would win the division with 2 wins in their final 3 games. Dallas is trying to keep the pressure on tonight. All right, we've got plenty more highlights to come today, including 44-year-old Phillip Rivers, his first start in 1,800 days.
You can't stop him. He's a machine. I'm hitting top just when I want it. And it's a matter of time, and I'm gonna look at you high five, because I'm like running around spectacular. First down. They're having some fun right now.
This is Football Night in America.
Let's go!
You've earned your Sunday with Lowe's.
This house is going wild.
All right, we're getting closer and closer to Week 15 of Sunday Night Football, and I just wanted to take a stop down and tell you exactly what you need to know. We still have one more game left. The Broncos-Packers are winding down, but we do know that the Chiefs were eliminated from playoff contention. They lost to the Chargers, and they lost Patrick Mahomes, who suffered a torn ACL in his left knee. Now, the Bills, they trailed 21-0, but came back to beat the Patriots, and they were on the road. Now, New England would have won the division with the win, but Buffalo, how about this, just remaining in contention. And the Rams, they beat the Lions to become the first team to clinch a playoff berth this season. And the Broncos could be joining them. We'll let you know when that game goes final. All right, tonight's Skycam coverage is delivered by Walmart Express Delivery. Gifts delivered in as fast as 1 hour. Let's send it back down to the field with Jack, Tony, and Rodney.
Yeah, Maria, we are talking Vikings defense, led by Brian Flores, who just came over to say what's up. They blitz almost 50% of the time, more than any other team in the NFL. What's the right game plan against Dak Prescott, though, tonight, Rod?
Well, Coach, if I'm B-Flow, I would not go crazy with all these blitzes playing a ton of man-to-man coverage. I would keep my safeties back, protect my corners, and then pick and choose on those 3rd down and mediums if I'm going to go after them.
Well, Dak Prescott has been the best in the league against the blitz, but in my opinion, they they better bring it tonight, because this is the #1 passing offense, the Dallas Cowboys, and the Vikings secondary cannot handle these receivers without pressure. No pressure on Dak is going to be a disaster.
A big part of their defense is Harrison Smith, disguising, moving around. But I got to give him props for 14 years of playing in the National Football League, over 1,000 tackles, over 20 sacks, and over 30 interceptions. He's been a pillar of consistency, coach, and I think this guy should get consideration for the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
And they better bring him tonight, send him on some blitzes.
That's right.
And Brian Flores told us it's sometimes not even a blitz until Harrison Smith decides on the field that it's a blitz, so he does give him that freedom. Let's talk about J.J. McCarthy, though, the quarterback for the Vikings. Invested a first-round pick in this guy. What's the right approach tonight and the rest of the season, Coach?
Well, normally I'd say run the ball, take the pressure off him, but you heard Kevin O'Connell say, I'm looking forward to watching J.J. tonight. I believe he's going to use this as a test drive. Is this my quarterback of the future? I want to see him play on the road in a big game.
Coach, even if he plays well the next month of the season, you still bring in a vet, somebody that can compete against him, somebody that can teach him and be his support system.
All right, let's see how that test drive goes the rest of the way. Back in to Maria Taylor.
Jack, Tony, and Roddy better feel really good about being in Dallas right now, because frigid temps at Soldier Field today. 8 degrees, -1 degree wind chill. One of the coldest games in Soldier Field history. And guess what? The Bears are taking on Shedeur Sanders and the Browns, and Sanders a tough day.
Yeah, this is what the Bears do better than anybody in the National Football League. They take the ball away. It started early. DeMarco Jackson picking Sanders.
Yeah, the Bears had 3 takeaways. The Grinch loves it. That's what he does. He steals toys, and you steal the ball. All right, Bears are going to capitalize on this.
Watch this throw right here. This is Caleb Williams out of the pocket. I'm not so sure anybody does this better in the league. What an unbelievable throw to DJ Moore in the back of the end zone. Big time.
We watched this play like 9,000 times. Still don't know how DJ Moore came up with it, Jason. His second touchdown of the day, though. And then, yeah, it's Burr. It's cold, but you're hot right now, Caleb. Later in the third, Browns down 18.
Watch this play right here. Looks like Jerry Jeudy's got a touchdown. Jalen Johnson takes it away from him. Intercepted Sanders 3 times. It's been the formula for the Bears all year long.
Yeah, 30 takeaways, leads the NFL. Weather outside is frightful. The Bears and their defense especially very delightful. So is Myles Garrett. 1.5 sacks today. That means that he's 1 sack away from tying the NFL record with 3 games to go.
Unbelievable. Myles Garrett. You talk about a defensive player on a team that doesn't win many games and they don't play from ahead. He still gets sacks. Unbelievable guy.
Yeah, it doesn't part you just want him to go ahead and get it. All right, Myles, keep it rolling. The Titans taking on the 49ers. Brock Purdy looking for his 4th straight win. Purdy also looking to Juwan Jennings.
Hey, Brock Purdy was phenomenal today. 295 yards, 3 touchdowns, was on the money. The story of the game was him in the passing game by the 49ers. You saw Juwan Jennings. Then here's his best buddy, George Kittle. Boom, touchdown. Niners defense a little shaky late in this game, but Brock Purdy was really awesome in the pocket, made a number of plays with his legs there, and look at that little jump.
You like that little Dougie? I like the little Dougie. Y'all, he's hitting the Dougie. That's what that's called right there, Jason, okay? You can hit it too. The Colts taking on the Seahawks. Step to the front, Phillip Rivers, starting for the Colts after 1,800 days being his last start, 44 years young, and getting it out to Josh Downs.
Who would have thought Phillip Rivers, the first touchdown in this game. Rivers, look at his full-time job is a head coach of those kids right there. He's just part-time quarterback.
At St. Michael Catholic, that's in Alabama. They're watching the entire game. Okay, to the 4th quarter we go. Rivers looking at Alec Pierce.
A lot of short passes, but gotta have it moment. Phillip Rivers back shoulder to Pierce to set this up right here.
Yeah, this one's for Blake Groupie from 60 yards. But guess what? It's good, and the Colts will take the lead.
And we thought the Colts would win the game. Not much time left, 47 seconds left. And then what do? They find Shaheed for 2 catches to set up Myers for the game winner.
So the Seahawks have the answer. Jason Myers, the 56-yarder, is ultimately good. Myers, 6 made field goals today. That's the most in Seattle history.
Tough task now. Phillip Rivers not out of it yet until this Kobe Bryant interception. Kobe Bryant, always a closer.
And here's Phillip Rivers' day. As you're taking a look at the stats, what was your takeaway from what we saw from Phillip Rivers, Jason and Chris?
Well, it was a day that was very conservative on the offensive side of the ball. The Colts played it the right way. They ran the ball, they played defense, and it was a lot of short, efficient passes, right? Didn't take a lot of chances. You'll see this, the back right over the middle early. We saw a lot of throws like this.
Simsy, it's pro football. The guy hasn't played in 5 years. He's 44. The plan was perfect. Throw the ball underneath, let him manage the game and give them a chance, but there were some moments like this.
That's right. Well, when you're 44, I'm 45. I'd be tripping all over my feet, too. And you, too, actually, all right there, old man? But either way, yes, there was some ugly moments on the offensive side of the ball. They had a chance to win.
We all watched it, though. At the end of the ball game, he leads a game-winning drive, throws a back shoulder fade. It was really impressive. I think he gives them a chance down the stretch.
No doubt, Maria. Back to you.
Let's talk about the Seahawks a little bit, because this is a close game. They had to gut it out, not necessarily the perfect way that the Seahawks have been playing all season.
Yeah, not pretty, but they rely on that defense. And with the Rams winning, they knew, hey, we got to win and we got to keep doing it. So to go out there and only kick field goals, that's a lot of pressure on your defense, and they showed up and performed.
You see where Seattle is right now with that 5 seed, but right now they're trying to keep pace with the Rams and the NFC West. Guess what? They get to play each other on Thursday Night Football. That'll be coming up next. All right, 3 teams enter today within 1 game of first place in the AFC South. Let's welcome in Steve Kornacki for the latest on that division, Steve.
Yeah, Maria, let's take a look at the journey these teams have been on in the AFC South. November 9th is the date that changed everything. Think of it from the Texans standpoint. They started the year 0-3. November 9th, they're 3-5. They're hosting the Jags. They fall behind by 19 points in the fourth quarter. You could see where their playoff probability was then. It was on its way to 0. Instead, they score 29 straight. They win that game. They've won 5 straight after that 6-game winning streak. The Texans now with a better than 95% chance of making the playoffs. The Jags, their season after that loss, blowing that lead against Houston. A lot of teams, you think it would be a straight line down from there. Instead, the Jags have done nothing but win themselves since then. 5 straight for the Jags, 10-4. They're close to a lock for the playoffs. And then there's the Colts with that 8-2 start. Started to hit the skids, lost Daniel Jones. Here's where they were coming into today. Gallant effort from Phillip Rivers, heroic. If they'd won, would have been over 40% to make the playoffs still. Instead, as close as it was, vanishingly small chances now for the Colts.
All right, appreciate it, Steve. We finally have all of our games final, and we'll give you the highlights. We know that the Chiefs are out of contention for the playoffs for the first time in 11 seasons, and that we saw Patrick Mahomes going down with a torn ACL. Micah Parsons also leaving the game with a left knee injury. We'll give you the latest, and then we will tell you how the Buffalo Bills battled back on the road from down 21-0 in Foxborough.
Welcome to the Hyundai Sunday Night Kickoff.
Cowboys need a miracle. Rodgers takes the snap. He's going long. Pearson makes the catch at the 5. Touchdown! Would you believe it?
Tony Dorsett, look out! He's got great speed. Dorsett down the sideline. 99.5-yard run. Can you believe that?
Dorsett in the record books.
Herschel Walker to Minnesota for an array of players and as many as 7 future draft choices.
This is an outstanding trade regarding the future of the Cowboys.
Fires deep, got Moss.
This guy is amazing.
Touchdown, Vikings.
He just chucks it deep to Randy Moss.
They just haven't been able to turn back the time.
This just wasn't a year for the Cowboys. They just didn't play well.
Into the end zone. A Viking Tiger.
Oh, this is getting ugly for Minnesota.
Bill now. Bill, right?
Hey, the guy who threw the Hail Marys here, Roger Staubach's in the building. That's got to be great mojo for the Cowboys going into tonight, right? That's got to feel good. They still have their playoff hopes hanging on by a string. Let's get to the Packers and the Broncos at Mile High. All of the tempers flying a little high here, a little shoving between the Packers and Broncos.
Don't want to be running through the pregame warm-up drill.
There was no quarterbacks out there. They stayed away from it.
That happened to me once, and somebody got really mad at me. I can tell you that.
You know what? None of those problems. To the second quarter we go. Pack down 1. A great play on offense for the Packers.
Jordan Love's been hot lately. We know that. What a catch, though, here. Great location, but Josh Jacobs, Dre Greenlaw draping all over him. Got the arm in between there, but the man hands of Josh Jacobs come up with the TD.
His first touchdown catch of the season, and then Jacobs was like, I could do it on the run as well.
Yeah, he was supposed to be on a pitch count, but why not keep giving him the ball? Throw it, run it, do whatever. Josh Jacobs, I played against this guy. He is not a fun guy to tackle, that's for sure.
Packers score on on their first 5 drives of the game. And then on their next drive, here we go.
It's 23-14. They got control of the game. You're going, uh-oh, Packers are going to do something. This game was flipped on its head right here. Surtain makes the big interception. It was never the same.
And Watson leaves with a chest injury, and then Bo Nix steps up to the plate.
Yeah, Sutton made some good moves at the line of scrimmage and won one-on-one battles all day today.
All right, Nix, another complete pass, this time to Mims.
Well, it's not even about the completion here. This is the play where Micah Parsons gets hurt. We see his left knee. He goes down. It was non-contact. It didn't look good. We wish the best for Micah Parsons.
Yeah, we'll get an update from Mike Florio in a moment. Last play of the third quarter, though, Nix to Troy Franklin for a touchdown.
Yeah, tough break. A few plays after that injury, find Troy Franklin right down the middle for a touchdown. Denver takes control.
4 touchdown passes for Nix on the day with the Broncos up 1. Nix looking for Sutton.
Going for it. Aggressive. That's Sean Payton. 4th and 3 in the pocket on the money to Sutton. Early on in the game, Bo Nix was making plays outside of the pocket. Later in the game, it was in the pocket.
R.J. Harvey said, don't worry, I'll cap this off. And when you play with a lead with this Denver defense like they did at the end, it's hard to beat them.
Yeah, so Denver clinches a playoff berth, and Denver currently holding the #1 seed in the AFC with that win. All right, we promised an update. Bringing in Mike Florio for our PFT update presented by Capital One. What is the latest on Micah Parsons?
Yeah, Maria, the Packers are bracing for very bad news about Micah Parsons' left knee. I'm told that it's currently believed by the team that the ACL in the knee has been torn. That is pending an MRI to confirm it. But based upon the preliminary evaluation, the Packers believe the ACL was torn.
All right, thanks for the update. Tough week. The Chargers taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. And Patrick Mahomes here, as we know, as this game ends, he will have a torn ACL, but they're facing elimination as we get started. And this happens right before halftime.
Yeah, battling early on in the ball game, getting down in the red zone, making one of those signature Patrick Mahomes runs for a touchdown.
Yeah, more than impressive. And then here we go, the Chargers stepping up to the plate is Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert under pressure, people all around him. Doesn't throw a pretty ball, but it's right on location. Keandre Lambert-Smith comes up with the touchdown right before half.
Yeah, and they needed that going into the locker room for sure. We're all knighted up, and then the rookie Amarian Hampton gets rolling.
Yeah, good to see him back in the lineup here. Physical run, get them down in good field position late in the ball game.
Hampton would have 61 yards on the game, and then Chiefs down 3. They're in field goal range here.
3rd and 12. This says it the whole year. Mahomes, we know, is maybe the clutchest quarterback we've ever seen. They just need a field goal. There's no point in taking this chance. Dayon Henley, linebacker for the Chargers, interception. They're still up 16-13.
Yeah, Mahomes 4 interceptions in the last 2 games. One more chance for KC here, and this is the tough play.
Yeah, at the end of the ball game, Patrick trying to give them a chance. He throws the incompletion, but if you watch him, he goes down, and he tore his ACL. If you're a football fan, boy, sad day for the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes, but he will be back.
Yeah, obviously he did not return into this game, so that meant that Gardner Minshew has to come in for the final offensive series. A little bit of Minshew magic is what they needed. Could not get it. Derwin James comes up with the interception.
All they needed was the field goal again. I don't know if they needed that risk. Either way, Derwin James, awesome, one of the best safeties in football. And he's going, will you retire, Travis Kelce? I'm sick of covering you.
All right, guys, want to show what Patrick Mahomes has tweeted. Don't know why this had to happen, and not going to lie, it hurts, but all we can do now is trust in God and attack every single day over and over again. Thank you, Chiefs Kingdom, for always supporting me and for everyone. And at the end of it, it says, I'll be back. But let's just start with Patrick Mahomes. We want him to get well soon, but hard to see him going down and ultimately suffering the season-ending injury.
Yeah, you could argue this guy's been the best player in the NFL for the last decade. He's just a phenomenal player, one of the all-time great quarterbacks. And I say this all the time about him. Line one for Patrick, for me, is his competitiveness. In all these big games, he's the guy that always makes the plays. He always fights through adversity. That's why they've been so successful. This is a sad day for me, a guy who loves football and plays the game the right way, but there's no doubt in my mind, like he said in the tweet, this guy will be back.
Yeah, and it was tough all year for the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Chris Jones, the fixtures of this organization, they weren't the stars that they've been this year. They weren't the best players at their position, and that led to this Chiefs team ultimately looking outside in when it talks about the playoffs.
Yeah, so those were our AFC champions. We're going to have a new AFC champion this year, and it might be running through the Bills. It might be running through Foxborough, but guess what? They met in Week 15. So let's get into the game. Matt Collins is like, it's not that cold outside. I'm not going to wear a shirt. Oh, my God. I'm not going to wear shoes. None of it. So let's start in the second half. Listen, the Bills were down by as many as 21. Josh Allen starts to put his cape on.
It was amazing. 5 drives in a row. They go down and score touchdowns. Mahomes out of the pocket, finding Dawson Knox.
All right, and then here's another opportunity. James Cook is going to take it here.
Cook, a big big day, running right up the middle, attacking that New England defense, kept Buffalo on the field by running the ball and taking that clock down.
Yeah, and after a challenge, it would be ruled a touchdown. Great extra effort there. Fourth quarter, facing 4th and 2.
Yeah, huge play in the game. Josh goes down the field, finding Shakir. It's called defensive pass interference. Patriots take the ball away. They give the ball to Shakir, and the Bills are knocking on the door. Hard to understand this play.
Right, it's ruled a catch and defensive pass interference was also called. Vrabel not happy about that, but he also wouldn't be happy about this. Josh Allen taking advantage.
Josh Allen's smart all day. They try to keep him in the pocket. He bought time, finding Knox for the touchdown. Knox just had a baby,
He
you told me.
did, but his wife, Alexandra, congratulations. That's why he's rocking that ball. Patriots responding immediately on this play, though.
Amazing. The Bills go ahead, and they respond quickly. Travion Henderson cuts the whole thing back, and look who's his lead blocker out in front, Drake May.
You see hustling downfield with Henderson, 65 yards and a touchdown. That is the score that the Patriots needed. So back and forth we go. Cook is like, I see your rush. I want another one. Put the ball in my hands, please, Josh Allen.
Another play. Give the ball to Cook. Looks like there's not much there. Breaks another tackle. Cook, again, unbelievable job. Bills took control of the line of scrimmage today.
Buffalo scored a touchdown on their first 4 drives of the second half. Here's a last chance for New England on 4th and 5.
Yeah, 4th and 5. Drake May, he's going to move to the right here. And this is Joey Bosa climbing the ladder, knocking the ball down. In the big moments, the Bills came up big on offense and on defense to come back from 21 at their place. Pretty amazing.
All right, after the game, Devin had a chance to catch up with Deion Dawkins on FaceTime.
And what does this mean for the division? How much pride do you guys take? You've been the division winners the last 5 years.
Yeah, man. I honestly, I'm going to be honest, like coming in here and hearing towards the end of the week that this was a hat and T-shirt game for those guys, that stings, right? So you come in here, you know, be the bad apple that spoils their a little bit, but it's not the Super Bowl, but it just means that this division is a tough division, and the Buffalo Bills, we're not turning over, man. We're not laying down for nobody.
All right, you guys come get a big road victory, and now next week, Myles Garrett coming to town. Have you even thought about that matchup and what that's going to look like?
Stop, bro. I don't want to think about Myles yet, bro. I don't want to think about Myles yet. But now I got to think about him, man. God, I guess I won't think about him until after tomorrow. I'm going to enjoy my Sunday night and my Monday. And we'll think about Myles Monday night going into Tuesday.
Deion said, leave me alone. Look what we did in the second half. Buffalo definitely turned it on in that second half, coming out of the locker room more than impressed with the numbers. It's time for the all-state good hands moment. Chris, what changed in the second half for the Bills?
Well, you said it, right? It's second win, second half. They dominated. It started right with the kick return to start the third quarter. Their second big kick return of the game, actually, that set up a short field and kind of jump-started the Bills' offensive football team. You see here, big kick return, down 24-7, start the third quarter, and then the assault on the middle of the field started to happen. The Bills just started to have their way running the ball right up the gut. Josh Allen, you heard Devin McCourty talking about before. He had all day in the pocket. If they didn't blitz, he just sat there. He was patient. He found receivers down the middle of the field. You see Khalil Shakir here. And then again, the run up the middle with James Cook. Josh Allen had 35 passing yards at halftime. He dominates the second half. James Cook dominates the second half. Phenomenal performance by Buffalo on the road.
All right, Chris, completely the exact opposite story, though, for the Patriots. I mean, you can look at the splits. They scored on 4 of their first 5 possessions. They had 177 rushing yards in that first half. What changed in the second to see the numbers that we see here, Devin?
Yeah, I think for the Patriots, they weren't on the field enough. I think the offense, they got off to a good start in the second half. They got stopped once or twice, but then the rest of the half, they had the Henderson long play. But the Buffalo said, hey, we don't want to see Drake May. Keep him on the sideline. Let's run the ball. And I give them credit for sticking with the run and not forcing Allen to be Superman today.
Yeah, that was it. We always expect Josh Allen to be the guy who takes over, and he played very well, but it was running the football and controlling the ball and keeping Drake May on the sidelines. New England ran 16 plays in the second half. So when your best players are on the sidelines, they don't have a chance. So the Bills In the big moments in this game, they just took over and they controlled them physically, which was a surprise to me.
Sure, and with that win, Buffalo moves within 1 game of New England. And you're also going to see Matthew Stafford taking on Jared Goff the 4th time since that trade. So a lot going on right now in both standings for the AFC and the NFC. Back to tonight's game, though, and it's time for Barry's Bet, brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Matthew, who are you rolling with?
Well, Maria, for my Barry's Bet tonight, I'm taking the over on J.J. McCarthy's rushing yards. Dallas has already allowed 9 different quarterbacks to go over this number, and McCarthy is averaging 20 rushing yards per game this season, so expect him to use his legs to get away from that Cowboys pass rush, I should say. That is my Barry's Bet for tonight.
DraftKings Sportsbook is the place to bet touchdowns, and new customers can bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Download the app and use promo code SNF when you sign up. DraftKings Sportsbook, the crown is yours.
All right, we're getting you set for Sunday Night Football in Week 15. The Vikings on the road taking on the Cowboys with playoff hopes still hanging on there by a thread. It is time now for Sunday Fun Day, brought to you by Taco Bell. And it's a massive game in the NFC playoff race. We've got the Lions taking on the Rams, and all the guys apparently are going to share this highlight. We can do this, guys.
We can do it. Let's go, team.
Jared Goff, Matthew Stafford facing off for the 4th time since being traded for each other's squads. The first drive, let's see Stafford getting picked off by Hutchinson.
Yeah, we're talking about here defense matters. Everyone thought we were going to talk offense to start. Aiden Hutchinson showing the hands, a little bit more speed. He would have gotten the end zone, but Detroit off to an early start in this game.
Yeah, it was all Lions early. Amon-Ra St. Brown had a huge day.
Well,
too.
that's the last defensive highlight we're going to show, just so you know, because from here on out, it's offense, and it is. Amon-Ra St. Brown's, the Lions offense had its way with the Rams D early on in the game.
St. Brown, 164 yards, and then here we go again. They're going to go up 10 on this play, Jason.
Yeah, put it on a clinic drill. Jameson Williams running the deep post, runs right through the defense.
Still
he deserves that.
What do you like in that race right there?
He's still sprinting for some reason.
Both of them.
Okay, but this is why you play a full football game. In the second half, it's all Rams.
Yeah, with the Rams, you don't know who you're going to get. You don't know who's going to beat you. Right here, Kobe Parkinson down the sideline. Maybe later it'll be Puka Nacua. The Rams have so many ways to beat you. That's why it's hard to stop them.
Yeah, they take the lead 27-24 there. And then on the very next drive, Puka Nacua getting involved.
27-24. The D made a stop. They're playing better. And then it's Puka Nacua down the middle of the field. And like Devin just said, they have so many answers. They're so creative. And, of course, they got a quarterback that can throw it as good as anybody.
A career-high 181 yards for Puka. Yeah, you might as well bang your chest. Next, one play later, Blake Corum takes it on the ground.
This is what I love about them. For all the passing game fireworks, they're a physical football team. That's where it all starts. Corum finding pay dirt.
Count them up. 20 straight points for the Rams. And on this play is when we see Davante Adams going down.
Yeah, only bad thing for the Rams today was this play right here. Davante Adams, he's been so good for this team in the red zone, scoring touchdowns. Hopefully it works out for him.
Was questionable coming into today with the hamstring. He did not return in this game, but it ultimately didn't matter. Stafford still putting it on.
Yeah, they run the ball, then they run these little bootlegs and play actions, and Colby Parkinson in the end zone again, and that was a wrap. 41-34, Rams.
All right, so the Rams clinch a playoff berth, and they remain the #1 seed right now in the NFC. I mean, what did you see from them, specifically in the second half, to get this win?
Yeah, I think their defense made some adjustments. We know how good and dynamic that Detroit Lions offense is. So sometimes it's not as easy to say, well, they gave up a lot of points. It's how they scored. They made them drive the field more, not give up the long plays like they did early. And I think that's what makes the Rams good. As good as Stafford is, defensively they can get after you and make plays, and that makes it hard.
That's right. They got versatility on defense, but it's the versatility on offense that blows me away. Because it's like, pick your poison, Puka or Davante Adams. Oh, wait, they have 3 awesome tight ends.
Yeah.
Oh, we have 2 good running backs. And then McVay packages it together so well, they put so much pressure on other teams with their offense.
Oh, they sure did today.
Yeah.
And if you're Dan Campbell, you're not happy with how you stopped any part of it. After the Hutchinson interception, it was the Rams just steamrolling. They didn't stop the run. They didn't stop the pass. They didn't stop the bootleg. They've been injured on defense in Detroit, but somehow down the stretch here, they got to shore up. They can't keep playing these high-wire act games.
All right, the Rams 11 wins. That's the most since they won the Super Bowl in 2021, and we'll keep you updated on Davante Adams and his injury. Let's bring back in Steve Kornacki now, though. Steve, how did Detroit's playoff chances take a hit today?
Boy, they did tumble, Maria, down to 34%. How could the Lions still get in? Well, realistically, they have to win their final 3. That would get them to 11-6. There'd be a number of teams they could theoretically theoretically catch the most direct path, though, for the Lions would actually involve the Bears, who are now 10-4. Why? Because one of those Lions wins would be against Chicago. That would give the Lions the head-to-head tiebreaker with the Bears. Who else do the Bears play? 2 other games. They play the Packers this week and the Niners. It's the toughest remaining schedule of any team in the league. So for the Lions, they have to win out. They'd love to see the Bears lose one of these 2, and then by beating the Bears in the final week, the Lions would jump them.
All right, keeping an eye on last year's #1 seed. All right, tonight's picks for the game are brought to you by Google Pixel. America's pick, 69% of you are going with the Cowboys. 100% of us, oh gosh, are going with the Cowboys. Oh no.
Come on, Florio, you're supposed to be a Vikings fan.
Okay, tell me how an upset could happen, Jason, if it does.
J.J. McCarthy's got to play like he played last week. They're really balanced on offense. Dallas struggles defensively, and they have to be able to take the ball away. Flores' defense is hard on a quarterback. He can be disruptive.
Yeah, I look at it and I go, if Minnesota wants to pull this upset, then Brian Flores is going to have to be creative, stop the big plays in the pass game from Dak Prescott, and hopefully create a turnover or 2.
And the run game. We can't rely on just J.J. McCarthy. They're going to have to get the run game going and flow in that defense. Need at least 2 or 3 takeaways.
All right, the Vikings no longer playing for the playoffs, but they are most certainly playing for pride. Floria set us up for the okie doke. I wish he would have picked the Vikings, his home squad, but that's all right. You're getting set for Sunday Night Football on Week 15. Mike, Chris, and Melissa have the call. We will see you at halftime. Enjoy the game.
This has been the Hyundai Sunday Night Kickoff. Spanish language audio provided by Telemundo Deportes. Or watch tonight's game in Spanish on Universo.